Om Agnanam Timirandhasya Jnanam Janashalakaya Chakshurumilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hare Priye. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Ya Kundenda Tusharaha Dvajavala, Ya Shuddhavastamvita, Ya Veena Varadhanda Manditakara, Ya Shweta Padmasana, Ya Brahmanchuta Shankara Prabhativi, Deve Sada Vandita, Samam Vatu Saraswati Bhagavati, Buddhi Pradam Sharade, Buddhi Pradam Sharade. Jai Gurudev. You have any question? Yes. Can you? So her question is, if somebody is grounded, now that's what your question is, they will naturally achieve surrender. You see, grounded have many aspects of grounding oneself. Spirituality is on the spiritual path. You see, when you are, for example, okay, when you meet the Guru, what do you do firstly? You bow down, no? Why? Why? Come on. To show obedience, to put the mind. Come on, outside. To respect, worship. What else? Why do you bow down to the Guru? You know why? You see, the Guru, of course, your Guru, have already attained that level, For them, the Guru don't need anywhere else to attain, nothing to attain. You have attained the Lord Himself. In spite of having that state itself, the Guru never fly around. The Guru have both feet rooted on the ground. When you're bowing down to the Guru, your Atma recognizes that in spite of having reached that ultimate, reality of the Lord Himself, have reached the Lord Himself, but yet you have both feet anchored here. You're not flying. That's why the Guru is a Guru. Very often I have seen many Gurus who make people fly around. The so-called Gurus, This is not the state, Because when you fly around, you fly into your fantasy. When you are in your fantasy, then you're disturbed. Chapter 3, verse 26 of Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Krishna said, a wise man should not you know, obstruct the mind of an ignorant person. Because that ignorant person is attached to action. Understand what he's saying. But that wise man should do his own duty with full devotion and inspiration to others. So what Bhagwan is saying here, you know, he said the Guru should never, obstruct, you know, the job which one is doing. Because due to the ignorance, people which is ignorant, 100 times you will try to explain to them, would they change? They will not. Why they will not? Because they are all in deep fantasy. They are all into their mind. They are all into their own understanding of how it have to be, you know, how spirituality have to be. So they are not fully grounded on ground. For them, the work, the action is important. Because they are attached to action. They are attached to their own fantasy of the mind. It's very difficult. So that's why, you see, when somebody is fully grounded, you have been born here on earth, no? To ground yourself here. Why when spirituality arises, you know, you see people start fantasizing so many things into their head and start flying around. This is when they lose ground. They're in full delusion. And what creates that delusion? It is their ignorance. Ignorant about themselves firstly, because they don't know anything of who they are. If they had that intelligence, the little wiseness and a little knowledge about who they are truly, because when you ask somebody who they are truly, they will tell you, you know, very often they will tell you how great they are. They will not tell you the not great things about them. Ask anybody, they will tell you all the beautiful things of their life, no? All the sugar coating. But when you approach the fire, which the Guru have, that sugar coating melt. Then you are faced with your own reality. That's why when you visit the Guru, you bow down. You bow down to the greatness of the Guru, in spite of having reached the ultimate. But the Guru is not flying around. It's fully rooted here. There is no other place but you can achieve that final liberation. You know, there is no other place apart from this world itself. You know, in the cycle of the Manus, yeah, when a Manu is born, he do his work, no? But when his time have come to disappear, what happened? They don't die because they are immortal. What happened? They are imprisoned. They are imprisoned and they are put to finish their sin, because the Manu, they are the first human, no? So they have to finish all their sin, cleanse all their sins. But they stay into that prison. So like that, there was the 14 Manus, no? But Chandra Bhag, no? Chan Bhag. So he was the chief of all the Manus. One time Narada visited them. So of course they pay the obedience to Narada. And they asked Narada, how, you know, we are here to finish our sin. But yet the sin is not finishing. How can we finish our sin completely? So saying, Narada said to him, listen, if you stay into the spiritual realm, if you're flying up there, into the spiritual realm, you will never be free from that. To be free from that, you have to be born as a human being. And said, Prabhu, but how will I be born as a human being? I said, well, you are the chief of the Manus, no? So with your yogic power, you can be born. So Chandra Bhag was born on earth. His father was Vithoba and his mother was Rukmini by the name. No? Not Vithal Rukmini. And as he grew up, he was very diligent in everything. He was more fast. He learned all the scriptures and everything because he knew everything. So, but as everybody is born here, after some time they died, but he would not die. So he lived for 1,400 years. So he lived for 1,400 years. You know, each time death come, he said, no, it's not. He changed again. So like that, 1,400 years passed. What was he waiting for? He was born, you see, to attain to that liberation, to attain to that final state of attaining the grace of Srimad Narayana is only for the grace of Guru. Yesterday we were talking about that. No? So he waited many years more. So many lives again he was born. So in his last life he lived for 1,400 years waiting for his Guru to liberate him. But of course, you see, even when one have reached so long, sometimes some pride is still there, you know, from previous, you know, from where he was. He was one of the Manu. So, what happened? He had power over everything living creature. Chandev, you know, Chandev. So, he had power over all the living creatures. So one day, he heard about Sant Gyaneshwar. Now, Sant Gyaneshwar is an incarnation of Bhagwan himself. So, he had that desire to meet Sant Gyaneshwar. So as he wanted to write a letter to invite Sandhyaneshwar to his ashram, as he was writing, then how he will address Sandhyaneshwar, because in his inner vision he knew who Sandhyaneshwar is. Shall I address him as my dear father? But looking at himself, he's older than him. How can I address him as my dear father? So I can't do that. Shall I address him as my dear son? I'm going to take shelter at his feet. How can I address him as my dear son? So he sent a blank paper to Sandhyaneshwar. The rest you know the story, no? So he sent a blank paper. When Nivrittadev saw the blank paper, when the disciple of him brought the paper, he said, wow, your guru, in spite of having lived for 1,400 years, he didn't learn how to write. But Sandhyaneshwar knew why. You know. But at the same time, he wanted to teach him a lesson. You know, because you see, when all these years, he had 1,400 followers, disciple, which was him, you know, and he was riding on a tiger, and in his hand he held a snake, and very strong, you know, very imposing figure. So he decided to visit Sandhyaneshwar. So as he was approaching Sandhyaneshwar, Sandhyaneshwar said, okay, out of respect to him, we can't let him come to us just, So let's go and see him. So Sandhyaneshwar and his sister, Muktabai, and brothers was sitting on a wall. So by his will, the wall started flying. So the wall flew towards Chandev. When Chandev saw them coming, he said, how can I go like that? So he get down from his tiger and rushed to the feet of Sandhyaneshwar. Because that pride also was removed, The pride of being the Manu itself was removed completely from him. He had become humble. And he surrendered to the feet of Sandhyaneshwar and said, I want to take shelter at your feet. And now please accept me as your disciple. And Sandhyaneshwar said, no. I want you to be the disciple of my sister. And Chandev, throughout his life, he served only the sister of Sandhyaneshwar completely, till that was his last life. So he attained the heavenly abode of Sriman Narayana afterwards. So you see, if you are not grounded, you will keep flying into your fantasy, into your own delusion. And into that delusion, you will think that you are too great. No? So then you will be fully into that ignorant state. So how long would that ignorant state last? It can last for lives. Just like Chandev, his ignorant state lasts for 1,400 years. No? So it can last for many, many lives, being in ignorance. That's why, you see, Guru are not there to flatter your ego or to tell you things which you want to hear. Because the people think that, you see, to follow a Guru, which means Guru should pacify them, should tell them nice, beautiful things which is pleasing to the ears, flowery words. No. When you go to the doctor will not give you the medicine which will please you, but will give you the medicine according to your symptom, and which will cure you. That is the Guru. So that is what the Guru does, ground the people. So that you may shine, just like you look at all the beautiful jewelry, If you could ask the jewelry what they went through, from where they were, deep down under the earth, to where they are, they didn't become just beautiful jewelry just like that. No? The gold is found, then it's purified through heat. When it's purified through heat, then the work starts to model the jewelry itself through tapping, burning, heating, and so on. Then you have the beautiful jewelry. Yes or no? No. There is a polishing also, because the heat don't keep you. The heat don't make the gold shiny. The heat makes the gold black. Then the polishing happens. But in all these things, what prevailed? What is the essence of that jewel? Is the gold, So what is the essence of human is the Atma. Nara. Nara means human. Nara have to become Narayan. So how would Nara become Narayan? With pride? With ego? No. Only when it's devoid of pride, yeah, devoid of all the dirt, then Narayana start to shine. That parcel of divinity is in everyone. That's why I said, no? When you're grounded, when surrender becomes natural. But if you're not grounded, you will try to surrender as much you want, your ego will be always there. Your pride will always be there. Can you surrender then? Become very difficult. It is very simple word, no? Sharanagati. Simple. One word. Take shelter. That was. But that take shelter, many people don't know the real meaning of it. When Mirabai was singing, you know, Mere to giridhar gopal dusra na koi. You heard that word, dusra na koi. The other part is nice, beautiful. But what make the power into what is surrender, what is the word sharanagati, is that dusra na koi. That single pointed minded devotion to the lotus feet of Guru and God. That's it. That what make surrender happen. But when you are talking about surrender, what you're talking about? How much you think of yourself when you're thinking of surrender? Huh? How much do you think of you? Huh? I'm asking you a question. Huh? A lot, no? What are you looking? Am I surrendering? Am I doing this? I am that. I am this. You know? There is a big ego. But yet, you are thinking of surrendering. I am surrendering. It doesn't happen like that. No. When that I disappeared, then surrender will happen. To understand how it becomes very easy when the ego is not there, when the pride is not there, you know, then you don't need even to think about surrendering, because your whole life automatically will be surrender. That's why I give the example always of Draupadi, no? Draupadi, when they were trying to remove the clothes, last week itself we were talking about that. In Bhagavad, when we look at all the stories, you know, Gajendra, yesterday we were talking, you know, even King Ambarisha, you know, there's so many stories where when they have completely surrendered themselves, which means they don't exist. That egoistic I, the personality which you think you know about yourself, disappeared. Who are you? How many lives you can call yourself you? You have a multitude of names, you have a multitude of forms, you have a multitude of personalities. Which one would you call you? No, reflect upon that. You know? Who are you really? All these personalities, all this multitude of names and forms and ideas, is that what you can call yourself you? That's why Bhagavan said, no, don't give that knowledge to ignorant, because they will not understand it. They will understand only what they want to understand. They will not understand truly when you tell somebody, okay, tell me who you are. You will have a whole CV. Imagine your CV of life, how big it is. Huh? But the problem is that you don't know it. If you will get to know, then there will be no question. So, yes, another question? Yes. Please don't answer me. Don't take the same question and refer to a similar thing right now.
It's
Ask a
just,
different question.
okay, so it's just going back to that idea of surrender, and in case of Draupadi and Gajendra. So, looking at their circumstances, it seems that they were resisting up to the very end, as long as they had the strength, and the surrender only came when they kind of were defeated. So I was just trying to ask if that surrender always comes with such a drama.
Yes, I had this question once, I think it was from you itself. No, it doesn't come with such a drama. But you see, human beings like drama. Without drama, they don't like life itself, no? But when the life is full of drama, they like to entertain these dramas. So, drama makes life interesting. So who is creating this drama? Bhagwan or you? That's it. You are creating your own drama now. And then when the drama becomes uncontrollable, then you start screaming. No? Because you see, when you like drama very much, when the drama is in control, you like it. But when the drama becomes uncontrolled, then you don't know what to do. There's only one place to surrender, is to Sri Hari's feet. No? So that's why all the great devotee, they surrender only to the feet of Sri Hari. There's no need to have drama. That's why you're a devotee, no? But you like to create your drama.
The Srimad Bhagavatam, the third canto, Kapila Muni, he explains that as the mercury gets along with the copper, turns into gold. But it's not from Kapila? Yeah. Yeah, and as we take the mercury and as we get the copper and put in touch copper, we get the copper and put in touch with the mercury, it turns into gold. On the same way, the devotee, when he associates with his guru, he turns into gold.
Okay, it's not the mercury, it's when iron is touched to, the philosopher's stone. Okay.
So my question is, he's saying that just by the association, you turn into the gold. You turn into the, let's say, Chintamani. So the question is that just enough or not? Because for so many times, so many years, we've been looking for association and always believe in sadhu sangha, always association, good association that you get, but still the surrender not come.
You see, the point is that people like to restrain their own life. They love their life very much. You know? That's why surrender don't happen. Even when they are associating to the Guru, but the life, for example, take, let's say, the devotees themselves. Now, when you tell that they should do the japam, they will find many excuses for not doing the japam. No? So, are you telling them for their good or not? You are doing it for their own good. But do they listen? No. You see, the association to the Guru doesn't mean you can, cheat the Guru by pretending. You understand? So many pretend that they are very holy and very dedicated and so on. That's why it doesn't happen. But whereas those who associated, they all have the name. No? The power of names, it's so great. No? I told the story once of that devotee who visited the ashram of his guru, and he was in a very hectic state, and he wanted to ask, please, his daughter was sick, save my daughter. So one disciple said, oh, fine, how you will save your daughter is by the Guru was not in the ashram. So you will be able, what you do, just write 3 times the name of Ram on a piece of paper with charcoal, wash it and give the water to your daughter to drink. You'll be fine. So eventually he did it. When the next day, when the Guru was there, he came very excited to say thank you to the Guru, and the Guru was wondering what happened. So he called his disciple, and the disciple said, I told him to write 3 times the name of Ram. I said, you are not worthy to live in my ashram. Go away. Leave the ashram straight away. And the disciple was shocked. And the Guru explained that one time, if you have faith in the name of Ram, you cross over the ocean of samsara, no? And here you have made him written 3 times. Then he said to his disciple, those who knows the power of name of the Lord himself, they don't need to chant a lot. 1 time is enough. Just Man ek baar Hari Bol. Only 1 time. Shri Hari's name was free. But one have to get to know about that name. So the disciple asked, how will I know? So the Guru gave the disciple a stone, the fillers of a stone. Said, go to the marketplace and ask for the price, but don't sell it. So he went to the first place, he asked. Some people said, I'll give you just few kilos of potato for it. Thagan, you know the story, I have told it. He goes to a clothes merchant. No? Said, I'll give you 100 yards of cloth. And he went to a jeweler. The jeweler looked at it and said, I'll give you $100,000 for that. No. Finally, he said, no, I can't sell this. So the matter was referred to the king. When the king looked at it and said, I'll give you the whole of my kingdom for that. So one value, accordingly to their intelligence, the knowledge they have about that. So on the ladder of spirituality also you grow in that way. surrender become naturally, So that's why through association, when you're associating yourself with like-minded people, which means you have your path, you surrender to that path. Don't look elsewhere. Forget everything else. Once you have found your path, stick to that. Get to know your path. Get anchored into it. Get rooted into it. But nothing and no one can move you or uproot you. Because there will be many who will come to try to uproot you. Your friends, your family, and so on. But you have to get strong into that. That's why associating, which means associating the Guru doesn't mean that you have to always sit, next to the Guru. No. Drink from the nectar what the Guru is giving you. The teaching of your Guru is the most important. That's what you have to anchor yourself, associate yourself with. Nothing else. You will find the Guru in his teaching. Then you will find the Guru within your heart. So, this is the association. So, Jai Gurudev, everyone. I will have to leave now. So you can carry on.
I wanted to ask you about Andal, one of 12 Alvars. When she was small, she told her father that she will become only wife of Vishnu, Narayana.
Mm-hmm.
And he asked which aspect of Vishnu, and she asked her father, can you please chant his names? And the moment he chanted Ranganath, she reacted on that. And I wanted to ask why exactly that aspect, and who was Andal, Bhudevi or Lakshmi?
Actually, Bhudevi is also part of Mahalakshmi. It is another aspect of Mahalakshmi. You can pray to Bhudevi as Mahalakshmi also, or Mahalakshmi as Bhudevi. And Andal is also another aspect of. They said Bhudevi, because she appeared under the Tulsi plant. So you see, each pure spirit, pure soul, that's why you are given your Ishtadev, because you're attached to that aspect. Because you can't attach your mind to many aspects of the Lord. Even if the same Lord have many leelas, but if you focus on one aspect of the Lord, that will be the ultimate. That's what it's explained into that. So the marrying of Andal to Sriman Narayana, because there's nothing else, but she was born for that. There's nothing else for her. So, what your question was? Why
exactly that name?
Ranganath, because this is what the Lord in South India, which were most famous actually at that time, because the Sri Ranganath, you see the deity of Ranganath was worshipped by Lord Rama. Even when Lord Krishna was on earth, he went to, with Balaram, when they were on the south, they went to pay their homage to Sri Ranganath. So that's why this aspect of Narayana He's very famous in South India. So that is her connection. Like Meera had Giridhar Gopal, no? We have Vithala and Giridhar, we have two. Krishna take bath in Rameshwaram, eat his food in Puri, and he do his tapasya in Badrinath, and he take rest in Dwarka. So he enjoy.